Hello everybody, my name's Alan and you're watching Guns, Gear, and Outdoors Alaska. Today we're going to be revisiting the 22 long rifle, accuracy in the cold. Got my Ruger American rimfire here. If you can remember, a while back I did a review on this gun, and when I sat down at the bench to shoot my groups, I got huge, horrendous groups. They were between 5 and 20 MOA. They were just huge, and I was wondering, oh, did I get a bad gun? Because everyone I talked to and everyone I see commenting down below said their Ruger American shoots great. So I wanted to get to the bottom of it. So last night I went out to the indoor range in Fairbanks there, and I sat down and I shot 5 different kinds of ammunition. Shot 10 5-round groups, and it shot perfectly acceptably. So under normal conditions, the Ruger American rimfires, good to go. But I thought it'd be interesting to take those same 5 types of ammunition, sit down and shoot 10 5-round groups with the same gun now in the cold and see how it does. So we're sitting at about 36 degrees below zero right now, Fahrenheit. Not sure what that is in Celsius. I'll put up the conversion over there for my international audience, but let me show you what kind of ammunition we'll be shooting today, and then we'll head out to the range. So the cartridges I used last time when I reviewed the rifle were these Aguila Super Extra, these Winchester 36 grain hollow points, and these Winchester Super X 40 grain round nose. But since then I picked up a little more high quality, well, at least more expensive ammunition. So I got some Federal. This is, which one is this? Champion. It's a target load, and Federal Game Shock. So that's what I shot indoors, and that's what I'll go shoot outdoors now in the cold. And we'll see. This will be interesting to see which ammunition is more temperature sensitive than the others. Now that we've ruled the rifle out as being the problem, we can focus on the ammo and see what it does. I'm just curious. It's a lot, pretty significantly colder, about 20 degrees colder than when I shot the groups for the review of the rifle. So we'll see if that really opens it up, if it's proportional. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. Let's go see what we can do. Alright, we're out at the Fairbanks Public Shooting Range, and there's still a lot of snow on the ground out here. They haven't cleared it since the big snowstorm we had at Christmas, but got the target down there at 25 yards. I figured 25 yards would be a little more fair since we shot the indoor stuff at 50 feet. So I'm gonna have to use a multiplier there to figure out what the MOA group size is, but I think the temperature even dropped. I'm having a really hard time keeping the camera running up here. I filmed a little bit. I don't know if it stayed or not, but I got a low temp warning and the camera shut off. Electronics in the cold don't really mix well. Second to last box of ammo. Federal Game Shock. You know, when I mentioned doing the review of the gun, that having bigger magazines or more magazines was real nice. The Ruger comes with, because reloading these things in the cold sucks. It's not something you really want to do in the field if you can avoid it. Kinda hard to do with cold fingers. But okay, I only gotta do it one more time after this one. I think with the glove on, it's a lot easier to shoot. I feel like I'm doing a good job on these. I'm not throwing any flyers. So we'll see what the results are when we go down. Oh, this is getting hard. Come on, fingers. Just a few more. Alright, that's it. I'll go grab the target and let's get out of here and warm up. So I went down and grabbed the target and circled the groups, and you can see with a lot of the loads we're getting the same kind of inconsistent performance, and with all the loads the group size increased compared to what we did indoors. We were getting pretty decent groups. They opened up, so temperature definitely does negatively affect 22LR, and it's not even across the loads. So I'm gonna head back to the cabin where it's warm and crunch the numbers, come up with the averages and compare them, and we'll draw some conclusions. See you there. All right, everybody, we're back in the cabin. I've warmed up, especially my fingers, and I've calculated all the averages and converted everything to MOA. But before we get into that big messy table I made, just want to show you a few of the groups. Our most impressive group in the cold weather area was with the Agila Super Extra. It's the only one to get under an inch. And really this Federal stuff opened up a lot. That was by far the worst. We'll see that more when we get into the numbers. But the load I was least impressed with is this Federal Champion. Even inside where it's warm, it's printing pretty large groups. This is only at 50 feet. So I had to multiply this by 6 to get minute of angle. It did really poorly. And indoors, our best performer was this Winchester 36 grain hollow point. And for cheap bulk pack stuff, that's pretty good groups. You'll see that in a little bit. Let's get into this table. Okay, so I calculated the average group size and minute of angle for both indoors and outdoors at 36 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. So our Winchester 36 grain hollow point had our best indoor group at 1.68 MOA, which is really good for how cheap that ammo is. I was pretty impressed with that. But it opened up to about 10 MOA, accuracy loss of 6.8 or 8.64. Our Winchester 40 grain round nose, 3 MOA indoors, pretty mediocre, but it was our least temperature sensitive. It only lost 4.42 MOA of accuracy when we put it out in the cold. Our Agila Super Extra, that stuff did really well. I was pretty impressed with the performance. It had a 2.13 MOA average group size indoors, which is pretty good for how cheap it is. It's a cheap bulk pack ammo, and it had the best average group size outdoors as well. That was some good stuff. Where I wasn't very impressed was with either Federal load. These were the most expensive loads we tested today, and their indoor group size was mediocre. The Federal Champion had 1 flyer. That kind of threw off the group size. I included all the flyers because that wasn't me, that was the ammo. Something was going on there. And I don't know what Federal's doing with their powder, their lubricant, but 16 MOA for both of these. Outdoors in the cold, it was these two were the most temperature sensitive loads we tested. So I wouldn't recommend using those for cold weather use. So yeah, pretty good results, pretty clear. I guess if you have any, so we lost accuracy out in the cold with every load we tested, but some loads were better than others. The Agila Super Extra and the Winchester 40 grain round nose lost the least amount of accuracy of any of the loads we tested today. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this was interesting, and have a good one. The 22 long rifle. Hey, buddy. 22 long rifle accuracy in the cold. And if you remember, dude, I'm trying to film. Off.